Hi guys, Michael here from ArtWorks. Just here to welcome you guys to our third digital event for the ArtWorks Together exhibition and our second Meet the Artists. We've got a really fantastic couple of interviews lined up for this evening, so thank you so much for joining us. Before I hand over to Emma to get started with our first interview with Emily, I just wanted to share a little story about some of the work that we've been doing at the studio today. So we've actually started a new project where our artists who we work with in person have been producing work based from pieces that were accepted into the exhibition. So what we did is we spent the morning going through the exhibition together, and then people kind of selected the work that they were kind of most inspired by, the ones that spoke to them the most, and used those as a kind of template to create their own stuff inspired by them. As much as I would like to, I'm not going to show you guys anything that we've been producing just yet, because they're not finished. I don't want to show anything that any of our artists wouldn't want me to. But definitely keep an eye on our social medias to see those, because they're coming along really, really nicely. And it's a real testament to the work that's been exhibited in the exhibition. So yeah. With that said, I think I'll hand it over to Emma for our first interview. So please do enjoy, and I'll see you at the end.
I'm Emma, the Arts Coordinator at ArtWorks, and I'm here today having a chat with Emily Utley, who is a first prize winner of the ArtWorks Together competition for her artwork Sleeping Boy. So hi Emily.
It's nice. Hello. Nice to meet you.
So first off, do you want to tell us a little bit about your art practice in general?
I mean, I'm 23 now, and I probably only really got into art when I was about 17. So after high school, I just kind of I was really into like books and like films and music, and I just kind of suddenly started kind of drawing in my spare time, like book covers and album covers. And then I applied to get into my local art school, which is Leeds Arts University, to do the foundation diploma. And I kind of applied on a whim because I hadn't done it at school or anything. I didn't have any art qualifications, but I managed to get in, which I was extremely happy about. And then ever since, I've not stopped wanting to do art. I specialised in fine art at my foundation, and then even though I really liked that year, I ended up doing history of art at uni afterwards instead. So history of art and French at University of Manchester, and I graduated last year. And ever since, I've kind of been working almost full time, and I've been doing art on my days off and my weekends and my evenings. But so it's quite hard now to find the time, even though it's like really tiring. I'm like determined to make the time for my artwork on my days off until I can hopefully get to a point where I can do it full time.
It's definitely a balance, isn't it, when you first leave university, to be able to carry on. I think that's the hard bit, because earning money seems to take priority.
It has to, and I think because I did history of art at uni, but I still really wanted to make art, but I could never find the time when I was at uni because I always had essays and deadlines. I think I'm quite used to like forcing myself to be disciplined in my spare time and out of the studio, because that's kind of what I had to do at uni to keep up like drawing and things.
So you do a lot of drawing in sketchbooks?
Yeah, basically, and I've kind of got like a notebook of ideas, so which I'm jotting down ideas in, and I just kind of pick which one I'll do first. So I'm never really running out of ideas, but it's just a matter of kind of finding the time to do them. But I'm constantly finding inspiration to do artwork.
I think that's as long as you've got that creative side of it, it's just about making the time to actually do it that's tricky.
Yeah.
So talking about your artwork, let's have a little look at so this is Sleeping Boy, which is the prize-winning piece from the exhibition. So do you want to tell us a bit about the piece of work?
Yeah, sure. It's basically just a boy lying on his bed, almost upside down in quite an awkward position, and he's resting his arms on his head and he's holding his hands together. And it's in his bedroom, and I've kind of made it quite a simplified image, so it's kind of compartmentalized into like red, blue, green, and then him, and just blocks of color really that are quite vivid, the colors, but I deliberately made him absent of, like, he's not colored in, he's just white.
Yeah.
But I've done quite a bit of detail in his head section, where just below his arm I've done a lot of mark making there, and if
you can see where this part here, you see, so yeah, you can see there's so much detail.
Yeah, and that's what I love doing. I absolutely love using like my attention to detail, and I kind of, in all my other pieces of work, that's been the main thing I've really focused on, is like you're doing really intricate pieces of work and lots of detail, but it just takes so long. I can spend up to a month full time working on a painting if I focus on using detail. So with this one, I kind of managed to find that balance, I think, for the first time, with focusing on colour and mood and composition and form and body movement, but also finding an opportunity to kind of put that level of detail in there. But it's just not something that stands out is the detail. It's, I think, maybe the other things.
Yeah, I know that it was sort of unanimous decision with the judges about your piece of artwork. They all really loved it.
Wow.
And they spoke a lot about the colour and how effective it was, and about him, and everyone was reading lots of different things into the emotion in his face, and so yeah, it really spoke to them, I think, the sort of emotion in the piece.
Yeah, that's definitely the main thing I wanted to focus on, is the mental. It's like an image to do with mental health, basically. And I did state in the description that he's kind of, he's suffering from depression in this moment, and that was why I didn't colour him in. I kind of was talking about how he feels empty, and so I just kind of, I guess, took that literally and thought, well, I'll keep him empty, I won't colour him in, and then I think that just stands neat. But I also really like working with colour, so naturally I was going to make the rest of the image really colourful, and then
I think that makes the contrast even
more stark. Yeah,
exactly, and really makes you almost focus on him more because of the lack of colour. So it's really beautiful. In terms of the actual technique of making this painting, how do you go about doing it? Because it's there is a lot of detail, and it's very intricate, the way you've painted it and drawn it. So how do you?
It's interesting you say that, because that's one of my least detailed pieces of work I've done, which is why I think I was so amazed at the response it's had, because it's, out of all my paintings, that's probably been one of the shortest ones that it's taken me to do, because I guess there's not many features to it. There's just one block and a few blocks and a person. But normally when I try drawing, I don't know, I think I just kind of, I try and like measure things. So, and then I don't know, I just kind of, I drew him, and then because I quite liked how he's quite angular as well, and it's
yeah. And
then it was quite easy to draw the rest from there. But I guess I quite like keeping the white outlines, because it brightens up the image a bit. So I think I do put a lot of time into planning it and drawing it. so that I know that it can be a really neat finish, because I'm quite OCD, if you can't tell. So I do with the lines, for example, I'll draw one line and then I'll draw another and then just kind of fill it in, really. I draw first and then just colour it in, I suppose, but I just make sure that I'm being super diligent and careful as I'm painting not to smudge things. And
yeah, it's really, yeah, it's careful, so really it all seems very thought through. The composition is excellent, I think.
Wow, thanks.
So yeah, it's really beautiful, and like I say, the feedback from the judges was just excellent. So yeah, it's really beautiful piece, and we can't wait to see it in. So this particular piece of Emily's Sleeping Boy is going to be exhibited at Wentworth Woodhouse for most of June. I'll put all the information about the exhibition below, and I'll also pop some information about Emily, so you've got all that information. You can go and check out what her other work and what she does, because I think we'd love to see some more of your work. It sounds really interesting.
Thank you. I'm just quite concerned that you'll be disappointed when you see it in person, because it's not that big. I think because I'm just starting out with, it's only since I finished uni last June, that I've really found the time to make artwork. So I'm gradually getting bigger and bigger, but this is one of the first paintings that I've kind of done, so it's not as...
I think that the size, you know, it's a delicate image, isn't it? It's not...
Yeah.
So yeah, I think size isn't everything in art. I think that some things work better because they're smaller.
Yeah, I guess you're kind of getting a picture into a private moment, someone in his bedroom, so it doesn't need to be like this massive impressive image. It can just be quite fitting to that. Like,
I think it feels fitting that it's not, you know, this huge piece of work. So it'd be great to see it in person. Yeah,
I'm just so thankful that it's been exhibited and chosen for this. More than happy for you to take it away and exhibit it. That's just everything that I could dream of, for it to be shown, and in such a fantastic institution as well at Wentworth. So like I said, I'll put all the information below, and please do go and have a look around the exhibition, because we're really excited about it, and can't wait to see your artwork there. So you said you've not been making art for very long at all, really, which it doesn't, that you've obviously got a real eye for it. And I guess going to art, I went to Art Foundation, and it's just a fabulous experience. You get to try so many different things, and it just opens up a world of what art can be, I think. So that's... I think, even though I guess it's only really been the past year that I've been really productive with making work, it does feel like it's been a part of my life for quite a long time now, because I think it was when I was about 16 or 17 I got into it. I could just never really find the time to make it when I was studying and doing work on the side to earn money. But I think now I think as well, because I studied history of art, it's kind of made me want to, it has informed me a lot of like just developing my opinions and being able to analyze things, which I think was really beneficial in that painting, the description that I wrote, because it kind of helped other people to understand it as well.
Yeah, and I think that doing art history gives you that sort of wider context for the art that's in the world.
Yeah.
So you can sort of place your artwork within that.
Well, maybe, yeah.
So what do you like best about being an artist?
I think, well, I guess, if it's like the thing that I'm most motivated to do, I feel so inspired by other pieces of work and other artists and other periods, that it's just nice to find a way to kind of give something back, and it kind of fills me with all this creative energy, and to know that I can find a a creative outlet is just, I just find it quite a fun thing to do, to be constantly inspired by things. But as well, I think sometimes if I'm ever struggling with, I don't know, if I'm feeling a bit low or something, I know that if I just start drawing or like creating or painting, it does help me just to kind of get through those kind of emotions as well. And I think I just kind of keep knowing that as well with this painting, that it's had the response it's had, that if other people have seen something in it as well and they've been able to connect with it or feel moved by it or comforted by it, then, and you know, it can help other people and inspire other people, then I think that would be like, that's the most gratifying thing as an artist, to know that you're giving something back and you receive, you know, you're hearing that kind of appraisal. It's
well, like I say, all the feedback that I've heard about it is that everyone really loves it as a piece of artwork and have given, like, spent a lot of time looking at it, that it's made them really pause and reflect. So yeah, I think it's definitely achieved that.
I'm so amazed to hear that. Was that before kind of, was that in relation to the description as well, or just the actual image?
Well, I think both. I think that the actual image, there was a lot of questioning about how you could interpret it in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
And some people saying, well, actually, he looks quite peaceful, or someone else saying, oh, well, he looks like exhausted, and yeah. So I think
it's because I don't really come from a family of artists or at all, so I still live with my parents. And when I finished it and I showed it to my mum, for example, she said she didn't like it because she thought it looked unfinished, like, why haven't you coloured him in? And they were surprised when I said that I chose that one got chosen to be exhibited, because they just didn't get it at first. It was only after they read the description that they realised, like, oh, I get it now, I get how it can, you know, be quite meaningful and what that represents, the lack of colour. I had to kind of, they eventually got it, but they had to read the description in order to get that.
Yeah.
I quite like writing little descriptions, I suppose. It's just quite, it's just quite a fun little task to do on the side of writing something, to kind of think, well, what do I get out of this now?
It's connected to the art itself.
Yeah.
Very much like, to write a description or not write a description, I think it says a lot about the artwork itself and choosing to put that there. So yeah, I think it's really interesting. So we've touched on this already, but how does it feel to have your work displayed in an exhibition? Have you done like anything like this before, or?
No, absolutely not. I'm just a complete beginner. I feel like a complete beginner. It's just the most amazing feeling ever. I think even to have my work exhibited, at first when I got the email come through saying that it's chosen to be exhibited, I was amazed, and I wasn't aware there'd be that many people applying as well. Because I'm from Leeds, so I'm from Yorkshire, and I know that your artwork is based in, is it South Yorkshire in Sheffield?
Yeah, we're in Sheffield, yeah, so not far at all.
So I think that's kind of how I found out about it, because it's quite local. But so I was amazed that it's actually so international, the exhibition.
Yeah, we really didn't know how many people would apply, because it's the first year, so we were really pleased with so many people did, and that the standard of work was really excellent. It was really difficult narrowing it down to just 34, so yeah.
Can imagine that's a really painful task. Yeah. And so I'm just like really just really pleased to exhibit my work. To win never even crossed my mind when I was applying. It really didn't. And I'm just so grateful. It just is an honour, really, and to be chosen and by such an amazing selection of artists and by your team, and to be kind of placed in Wentworth Woodhouse, which is such a historical and like amazing institution. It's just like, I feel like it's kind of given me that platform now to get my work out there as well, which is something that I've not had before.
Yeah, definitely. And yes, another, like, finding an audience to see your work, both through the online exhibition, because lots of people have viewed that around the world, but also more locally.
Yeah, the reception that it's had on social media so far has been really impressive. It's had a really good response on social media, which is really nice to see. I feel really proud to be part of it. I just don't know. Yeah.
We're really, really pleased that your work's in it, because like I say, it's so excellent.
Yeah, and I think when I look through the other artists that are in it, there's like a range of styles and all sorts, and it's just everyone else is so talented as well that from what I've seen of the 34 selected, I can only imagine what it was like with all the applications that came through. It's really special. It feels really like an honour, very much.
So what art are you working on at the moment? Have you got any sort of projects that you're...
I actually, because I quite like writing as well, I recently, the most recent thing I did was I wrote like a couple of weeks ago. I had my first article published that I wrote for this magazine, and it was to do, because it was Autism Awareness Day a couple of weeks ago. So I wrote this article to do with kind of about representation of autistic women in the media, and how there needs to be more positive representations of autistic people, and specifically women in the media. And I went through dissecting kind of film portrayals, and so that's the most recent thing I've done. And I don't know, I feel like, because I've not stopped making artwork, I've not really given myself a day off since I finished uni last year. I feel like I need a bit of a break now. I kind of want to just enjoy this moment a bit. So I'm going to give myself a couple of weeks off. But I think after that, I've definitely got a project in mind that I've been wanting to do for a long time now, which is like, I've not really said yet, but I use film as inspiration of my paintings a lot. So I'll take images from the media and kind of recontextualize and reimagine the image.
Really?
So there's one film which I really like, and I want to just kind of make a series of paintings based on the film by taking kind of screenshots and film stills, and then just completely like transforming the image into new colours and things.
Sounds really great. You'll have to let us know.
Yeah, I definitely love to keep in touch. That's definitely what I was going to ask you, actually, how I could keep in touch with you.
Oh yeah, you definitely can. And yeah, we'd love to keep in touch with everything you're doing. So yeah. And so in the future, like moving forward, what would your sort of dream, like what do you want to achieve as an artist? Do you want to...
I think to be able to get to the point where I could even just make a living off art and make artwork full time, because I've just constantly got so many ideas and never the time to do it as much as I'd like to. So if I could find a way of earning money from doing art, and the kind of work that I want to go in, that I'd love to go into doing, would be, I think you can see that I can do quite a lot of detail, but it's just so hard to find the time to make pieces of work that have a lot of detail, because it takes so much perseverance, and I just feel like I'm putting so much pressure on myself to get through it. So I think if I could find a way of making art full time, and then I definitely start doing more large scale pieces of work in quite a lot of detail, I think that could be quite, I'd quite like to. That'd be very challenging, but I'd like to set myself that challenge.
Yeah, I think it's important when you're sort of thinking about what you want to do in the future, to set your goals high, and then you won't achieve them. So yeah, I think that sounds great. And yeah, I think that's the dream, isn't it? Having the time to, it's the time that's the precious thing, and not having to worry about the money, so you've got the time to make the art.
Definitely. I think even just having like the money that I've won from this award is such a nice little booster, because I'm going to be spending it on art resources, and I feel like that will last me quite a long time. Like,
yeah,
just on your basic art resources, but some stuff that's really valuable, like to have good quality, you know, paintbrushes and paints or canvases or whatever.
No, great. It's great to hear that it makes a difference. So, oh well, thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you, and yeah, we'd love to see you at the exhibition opening, and yeah, I can't wait to see your work at Wentworth. I think it's beautiful, and we'd love to see more of your work, because yeah,
yeah,
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I'd love to just be more connected with ArtWorks and your team, and I don't really know how. I know there's like a become an artist section on your website, but I don't know if I need how else I can just
yeah, well, I could talk to you about that, definitely.
yeah, I suppose so. And yeah, I think I've been emailing Rachel, and she said that you're coming to mine to pick it up because we're quite close. So I mean, I could always show you my art paintings that I've got just stored in my studio.
That'd be great.
Or my website, I don't know, however you want to see it.
Well, yeah, I'll link your website below so other people can see it. No, that's great. Thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you so much. Yeah, great. I look forward to coming. I can't wait to come visit the exhibition is it the 7th of June, like the opening?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's in my diary. I'm already planning what I'm gonna wear.
Super. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording, but thank you. I'm here talking with Danielle today. Hi, Danielle. It's nice to meet you. And Daniel has some artwork that he has made in our exhibition online. It's really beautiful, and I know when the judges looked at it, they were saying how intricate all of the lines and patterns you made were. They really liked it. So
thank you.
No problem. So do you want to tell us a bit about the art you make and what you do to make art?
This painting is about 3 Malaysia women in a village.
Yeah, you can see the three women with they're carrying something, aren't they? Can you tell me a bit about what they're carrying?
They are working hard and they work together.
Shall we have a look at the picture now?
They are working on it.
So this is your picture, isn't it?
Yes.
Danielle.
Yes.
It's really beautiful. We love all the patterns in it.
They are walking on a paddy field.
Oh, are they? Oh, right. And what are they doing?
They are carrying a basket full of local fruits.
Oh, nice. So that I can see up at the top there's some bananas, and there's lots of different fruit in this basket.
Yeah.
What other fruits are there?
Banana. Coconut.
Are they the ones in the middle, the coconut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Cucumber.
Oh yeah, I can see those here.
Corn.
Oh yeah, yes, I can see the corn. Yeah.
Tomato.
Yeah, yeah.
And eggplant.
Oh, eggplant, yeah.
Yeah.
In England, we call eggplant aubergine, which is a bit of a funny word.
I like.
Sorry, go on. I
like patterns on their dresses.
Yeah, I like the patterns on their dresses too. And there's lots of pattern in your artwork, isn't there?
And they were colorful dresses.
So, do you like drawing the patterns?
Yes.
I've seen some of your other work Danielle, and you've got a lot of pattern in your other works as well,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Where did you look at this work? Look at the IG? Which word do you refer to? Which other words did you refer to?
I seen on, I think, have you got an Instagram?
Oh, okay, then you look at
Yeah.
this Instagram.
You've got lots of beautiful work on it. So yeah, it's really great. So how long have you been making work, Danielle?
3 years. 3 years ago.
3 years, not so long then. You're very talented. The work's really brilliant. And why did you start making artwork?
Because they paint garden.
No, wait.
Because when I was a kid, I like doodler.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. I used to do a lot of doodling when I was on the telephone. When I was talking, I'd draw. You can see that in all the patterns in your artwork. It's really beautiful.
Yes.
And what do you think is the best thing about being an artist? What do you like the most about being an artist?
They are painting gardening.
Yeah.
They feel happy because they are together.
Yeah, I think that making art brings people together, doesn't it? And I think your artwork is so bright and colourful and beautiful. I think people will really like it, and really it will bring people together looking at your beautiful work.
Okay.
Why do you like to do to do patterns? Why?
Because they feel excited.
Do you find it relaxing when you are drawing and painting?
Yeah. Just feel calm because it's been so long.
And do you paint every day?
Yeah. Yeah.
What time?
Just 8 morning and evening.
Yeah, you can tell you paint every day. Your work is really accomplished. You can tell you've practiced a lot. It's really beautiful. So you've got your work on display in our art exhibition online.
Yeah.
How does it feel seeing your work in an exhibition with lots of other artists' work? Is that a good feeling?
I show your painting on the computer that is going to be shown in an exhibition. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel happy.
It's so Danielle's work is going to be shown on a big projector in a place called Wentworth Woodhouse, which is a big stately home in South Yorkshire, which is where I live. So lots of people will see your work on the projector and walk around the exhibition and see your work. So it'll be really great to share your work with lots of other people.
Okay.
And can you tell me about what art are you making at the moment? What are you working on? Any artwork now?
What painting are you working on now?
They are working gardening.
It's what a gardening in a painting.
Yeah, it's a gardening, the painting,
Flowers.
flowers.
Oh, you're painting a garden.
Yes.
Oh, that's
For someone else. It's for someone else.
Really, it's for somebody else to buy. Someone's buying it.
Yes.
He's actually currently doing the commission work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
It'd be lovely to see some of the work that you're going to be making in the future, because we really love the work that we've seen so far.
Okay.
It's really brilliant.
Yep.
So it sounds like you're doing quite a lot of artwork and working as an artist right now, but what would you like in the future? What's your dream for being an artist? What would you like to do in your artwork in the future?
At the moment, we did try to ask him, see what, what does he think himself in the future. So he may not understand that concept or idea yet. So what we are trying to do at the moment is, give him an opportunity to learn more techniques.
Yeah.
And diversify the kind of thing that he can do. So at the moment, we are still coaching him a lot, to say that, why don't you do, why don't you try this and that? It's just that once he get used to it and get the hang of it, he will do it on his own. But then we tend to, so for him, we'll just try to take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
And, let him enjoy doing the painting, and then, try to get some other things, because because he would not know what is best for him. So we try to see whether he likes it or not. If he likes it, we continue with it. If he doesn't like it, then we'll just drop it.
You can see that because of the style of work and all the tiny patterns. You can see that it's something you're really interested in doing. Definitely.
Yeah.
It would be really great to see you at work, because when on the computer, when I was talking to the judges, they zoomed into all the little tiny marks, and they were saying, oh wow, it looks like it's been stitched, embroidered with a needle and thread, because it's so delicate. They couldn't believe how wonderful your painting skills were, and they were just brilliant. What do you use to make all the tiny little marks? Is it a tiny paintbrush or a pen?
Use paint markers.
Oh, paint markers, yeah. You can tell, just tiny little marks. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you paint the shapes first and then let it dry and then work on top?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
They're really, really beautiful. So it's a real pleasure talking to you about your artwork, and we definitely love to see more of it in the future. And what I'll do, I'm right in thinking you've got an Instagram account. Is that right?
Yes.
To show your work.
Yeah.
What I will do is, when we put this event live, I will post all the details about Daniel and where you can see his work below, so you can find out more about Daniel's work. And I'll also post the details of the exhibition, so you can find out where you can see Daniel's work online in our online exhibition, and also at Wentworth Woodhouse. And what we will also do is we'll send you a video so you can see your work in the exhibition.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, thanks.
So thank you so much. It's lovely talking to you.
Yeah, so thanks for the opportunity to have this as well, because we're just trying to learn about him as well along the way. So we are thinking of looking at art as a way for us to understand how he expresses himself, because he doesn't talk that much. So sometimes we ask people, if they can interpret some of the painting, because we don't come from this background. Both my wife and I, we are not into arts. We come from a technical background. So when we see paintings, we don't really actually appreciate it. But when people start to say that, hey, you know, his work is really something. So that's when we, you know, try to give him more opportunity for that, and at the same time trying to understand him more as well. So, you know, with this, you know, we thanks for the support that you give, so that hopefully he has more confidence, because he knows this is the only thing that he can do best. You know, he doesn't have any other much skills, and we are trying to just make sure that these are the skills that he can, you know, use and leverage for himself.
Well, I think you're definitely a very talented artist, and I'm sure that anybody who knows about art will agree that your work is really, really beautiful, and I am sure that lots of people will love looking at your work. So well done. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, I appreciate that for the comment.
No problem. And yeah, the judges and everybody who's visited the exhibition has commented on how beautiful your work is. So you should be very proud.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me. I know that it's the evening, so I will let you get off. It's first thing in the morning for me, actually. It's very strange, but have a nice evening, and thank you so much for talking to us, Daniel. I really appreciate it. And
thanks, Emma.
we look forward to seeing your work soon. So take care.